General Kurilla, first of all, thank you for your service and thank you for your intent to continue the service, and we appreciate very much. Let me just ask you this. Um, ISIS remains a threat in Syria, as we all know, and most of its activity is focused on reestablishing networks, assassinating and intimidating local leaders and security forces, and extending its influence in rural areas throughout eastern Syria and Iraq. So my question would be, do you assess that the February 3rd killing of ISIS leader Qurashi gave a significant blow to the ISIS in the region? And how do you plan to capitalize on lack of leadership if it did really truly break up their network?
Senator, anytime a leader of any terrorist organization is taken out, it causes the leadership to have to figure out who will take over. It generally temporarily sets them back. It depends on the capability of that leader that was in charge. But then what it does, it also exposes that network as they communicate and try and find the next leader to replace them, and that provides opportunities.
So the opportunity of intel right now is probably a premium.
It is, Senator.
Let me say this. I want to also tell you, sir, I appreciate so much the efforts that you all have made to protect all civilians, and we truly do. But we also know, I think Senator Tillis, both points. You had Senator Warren, who was concerned, and we're all concerned, and Senator Tillis identifying that basically they embed themselves in. So we know your job is difficult. We sympathize, but also we cannot allow these terrorists to go unchecked or undeterred. That's for sure. In the past, countering violent extreme groups with Al-Qaeda and Islamic State was a top national security, both of which are critical challenges to CENTCOM area of responsibility for decades. How do you assess the shift in resources if with China and Russia right now taking the forefront in national security challenges facing the United States, that shift in resources would affect CENTCOM?
Senator, I'll have to look at the missions, if confirmed, look at the missions assigned to CENTCOM, the resources allocated, and the risks associated with each of those missions, and look at ways to mitigate that risk. One of the ways is partially through partnerships and allies that can make up some of that mitigation, and also through technology going forward. But then I would come back to both the Chairman and the Secretary of Defense and inform this committee of any additional resources required.
Let me ask if you have any knowledge of the validity to China's talking points of partnering with the Taliban in Afghanistan, and if so, how are we going to counter that?
Senator, I know that the Taliban has reached out to China. That was in open source, but if confirmed, that is an area that I'll have to make a deep assessment of.
And sir, National Guard operations with CENTCOM. In West Virginia, the National Guard already has a strong connection with Qatar through our state partnership program. I think it was one of the first in the Middle East. It might still be the only one, I'm not sure. We also had multiple units rotate to the Middle East throughout our wars with both Afghanistan and Iraq. Additionally, over 50% of the total force of C-130s are operated by reserve component units, and we have a large contingency of that also in West Virginia. Can you tell me how you think strategically when employing National Guard units in your area of responsibility?
Senator, I have observed as the CENTCOM Chief of Staff that our National Guard and our Reserve provide tremendous capability into the AOR and can also help offset the impact on the active duty force as well.
So you all, in your planning and operations and defense and things of that and security, you're using National Guard and their abilities is basically with your own forces?
Senator, we've used the National Guard in all my experience in the Middle East.
Well, let me say thank you. I appreciate very much. I yield back my time.